Do you have a joist in the way of a recessed light? Find out what to do coming up next. What's going on, guys? Kendall here for Renos for Pros and Joes, helping you simplify the renovation and remodeling process. On this channel, we do hands-on product, tool, and gear reviews, as well as renovation tip and strategy videos. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Today, I'm on a project where we have cut in for 16 can recessed lights, and we've run into a bit of a hiccup. We've got 14 in, and unfortunately, in the final 2 locations, we ran into structural framing, mainly ceiling joists. So if I pan up slightly, you can see the holes right here behind me. If you can look there in the center, you can see that there's a structural framing member going straight through the center of that one, and then there's another one going through this hole over here, okay? And so the question is, what do you do about this? Now, depending on the type of lighting that you're installing, will help determine what your best options are. Now, in this scenario, we are installing LED recessed lights, and the lights that we're going with will not fit in these holes. So LED recessed lights are actually smaller in profile than the run-of-the-mill traditional can lights. And let me show you really quickly what the traditional can light looks like. Okay guys, this is a traditional can light housing. So if you're installing these, I would strongly suggest that you reconsider and go with something that's going to be a lot more streamlined in design. So LED can lights are definitely smaller and more streamlined than your standard can light housing. However, when you run into a scenario where you've got ceiling joists in the way of your light fixtures, even your basic LED can light is not going to fit the bill. However, there is an option that can solve your problems, and let me show it to you. Okay guys, so if you're installing recessed lights in a ceiling and you run into a joist and want to know what to do, this is your best option, okay? And here it is. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Here it is. Now this from the front looks like just a standard run-of-the-mill LED recessed light until we flip it over. And as you can see here, this light is very, very thin, and it's specifically designed to be used in those applications where you have issues with clearance in your attic space, such as a framing member or things of that nature. So this light will be able to be installed in those locations and be able to give you the can light feel that you want without having to get into modifying or damaging your structural framing members. So let me quickly show you how this works. Okay guys, so I'm up on the ladder now and I'm over one of these holes that has the structural framing here in the way of our recessed light. Okay, so whenever you're installing these, you want to make sure that you have the required clearance around the light where you don't have insulation or anything touching the light, okay? So with this particular fixture, it has a box that is separate from the fixture, and then this is what houses your connections for your wiring, okay? And this box is mounted to your framing member. So you take your box here, and for the purposes of this, we're just gonna stick this up here to have it out of the way, okay? In the actual application, you would be nailing this to your framing member to make sure that it's secure. So the next thing that we're gonna do is push our wiring up and get that out of the way. Then we're gonna clip in right here on this side of our joist, and then we're gonna clip in on the other side. And then we're just gonna kind of adjust. And that's it, guys. Now you've got another recessed light. We didn't cut any framing members. We did not compromise the structural integrity of our property. So all we have to do is wire this one up just like we've wired up the rest of them, and we're good to go. So always make sure that the can lights that you're using are matching, and make sure they have the same color bezel and things like that, as well as the same color temperatures. For more information on this light fixture, the link is below in the description box. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.